Okay, it's working. Oh my god. Hello, Snailbert, Snailbert, Snailbert. Snailbert. Snailbert, look at it. Look at snails. 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 Snailbert. Hi. Snails, fresh kale, and snail. Kale and fresh snail. Fresh snail? Fresh kale and snail. And snail? Snail. How are you guys today? We have snail and fresh kale. And snail. My children, these are my children. Eat the kale. Yeah, I have 2 cameras today. I set up both cameras and the computer didn't explode. That's a good sign. It's just the top camera. This is the top angle. And then this is the side angle. See, this is what. You can see what's the side and the top. Snail. 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 Bruh. Snail. Snail. I don't know what to say. Yeah, it's been a very hot lately. It's been like it was like 100 degrees yesterday. It was very hot. It's not as hot today, thank goodness. But it's still kind of hot. My room is hot, especially now because I've set up all the lights and the cameras and those idiots. But I know 100 is crazy. Uncalled for, Mr. Sun. Fuck you, Mr. Sun. Get out of my sky. I think we should shoot down the sun. I think we should shoot down the sun. I think we should all collectively get together and shoot down the sun. But yeah, it's been really hot. I'm sure the snails are happy to get fresh water and fresh kale now, today. Because they've probably also been miserable. I hope none of them died in that heat wave, because it got really hot. What? Yeah. Snails. And hey, look, it's my favorite snail on the top. The one with the tiger shell. It's my favorite snail. It's my favorite one, because he's got a cool shell. Look at his shell, isn't it cool? Sweaty snail. Unfortunately, they don't get sweaty when it's hot. Instead, they dry out. It's pretty bad. It's bad for them. Oh, okay. I see you. Oh, hello. There we are. Snails all in the corner. Zing in weird ways. I don't think they ever know what they're doing. Ah! Yeah. Do they have temperature control? No, they don't. I don't have temperature control. How can they have temperature control? I don't even have temperature control. I wish I did. I wish, but... Nope. guys? How has your guys' week been? Hopefully not too hot. I don't know what to say right now because my brain has been fried for the last couple of days. I've literally done nothing except just like be really hot and zone out. When it gets really hot, I feel like my brain starts to genuinely actually melt. Cause like anything I do when it's as hot as it's been, I just get dizzy like so easily. Like I think my brain genuinely overheats. I have not been able to do anything these last couple of days. It's been horrible, it's been miserable. And all I've been able to do, because I didn't even want to turn on my computer because it's been so hot and my computer's, you know, it'll get the room even hotter. I've just been drawing in a coloring book like a fucking child. Just trying to survive. Oh, I feel miserable. I've been sleeping and I've been coloring. I've been sleeping and I've been coloring and I've been feeling like shit. Yeah. It's cooling down now. But we've had to keep it. Yeah, we don't have the AC. Well, one room in the house has AC. My room is not that room though. And obviously, just one room in a house having AC does not give the entire house AC. So, my room is specifically always the one that is way too hot or way too cold. And when it's way too cold, at least I can deal with that. I can use the heater. But AC, you have to put it in your window, and I can't do that in my room. I don't have that ability. I don't have that ability, and so I just suffer. That's what I do. I suffer. Yeah. Yeah. But the snails are definitely happy now. They're happy now that they get their kale. Big fans of kale. And this kale, believe me when I say this kale is super fresh. Super duper fresh. The freshest of fresh. They are living the life currently. Truly and utterly living the life. More kale than they could ever dream of. There's so much they don't even know what to do with it all. When it's super hot, do you guys just feel like you want to go to sleep all the time? That's how I feel. It feels like the only thing you can do is sleep. You can only sleep. And the worst part is not even good sleep, because I always wake up dehydrated. So it's not even like a nice good night's sleep. No! It's dehydrated. I took a shower yesterday and I'm already smelly from how sweaty I've been, from how hot it is. I love sleeping. Sleeping is the best. Why would you ever hate sleeping? Why would you ever hate sleeping? Sleeping is so much fun. If I have to choose between like doing something fun and going to sleep, I'm gonna be honest, half the time I would just pick sleep. Because I think it's more fun than anything fun. Dreaming is fun. I keep getting these really weird dreams though. I don't normally ever get nightmares or anything. Like, I've talked about it before, but I can kind of lucid dream pretty consistently. And like, kind of have control and stuff over my dreams, so like, nothing scary really ever happens. But I have been having a lot of like, really scary like medical dreams, like with IVs and stuff, and those really freak me out. Those freak me out. I don't like those. Those give me the chills. When I wake up, I'm all sweaty and I have the chills from how scary the dream is. And then I'll like sweat so hard that I'll make myself cold. Do you know what I mean by that? It's horrible. It's the worst. I had a dream of a motorcycle man had a vacuum cleaner and sprayed out green gas and turned into a green cat. Well, that sounds like a good dream. That sounds like a fun dream. I have lots of dreams about kaiju and like the world ending and like plane crashes and the world ending and like the heat death of the universe. But I don't really think those are bad dreams. Had a dream we were in a tornado. Yeah, I'm also one of those people who like reacts physically to dreams. Like I'll be dreaming that I'm running, and then in my sleep I'm also like trying to run. I don't sleep good. I have bad sleep because of that. I'm sure I have turned into a snail in my dream. But I don't know what it's been, but really recently I've been, whenever I go to sleep, I wake up and my calves hurt really bad. Like I've been running for 60 miles. You know, it feels like kind of muscle pain in the same sense like when you exercise really hard, but it's just in my calves. And I don't know if it's because I'm in my sleep like running in my dreams and doing calf exercises and not realizing it, and so when I wake up they're like so worn out and tired that they hurt, or if something's wrong with me. I mean, yeah. I don't know what my deal is. Tensing your muscles in your sleep? I mean, maybe it's possible. I could be tensing my muscles. But I mean, it like hurts to walk. That's how bad it is. I'll like stand up in the morning and I'll fall over because that's how painful my calves are. It's like I feel like a baby deer that just fell out of its mom's butt, and I'm trying to walk for the first time. That's what it feels like. You guys not like the dual cam setup? I don't even know which camera is better. Yeah. I've been also thinking about moving my feeding streams to like Saturday maybe instead of Friday. Not 100% on it, but I've been thinking about it because I don't know, I feel like everyone's dead on a Friday. That's just how I feel. I feel like nobody... I don't know. My favorite snail is there. not eating lettuce. They're eating kale. It's kale. Fresh kale. I haven't really fed them lettuce very much. Is one of the snails Gary? From SpongeBob? No, that would be an aquatic snail from under the sea, under the water. But none of these are aquatic. These guys are all land snail. Land snails. They're like from the Land Before Time. Man, that's such an old movie. Land Before Time. I remember it used to be like one of my favorites growing up when I was a kid. I'd watch the Land Before Time all the time. I'd always be like, can we watch the dinosaur movie? Watch the dinosaur movie. You know who I related to the most in Land Before Time? Spike. That was his name, right? He was the dumb one. That's me. That was me. Yeah, that's why you can't miss nothing. Can't miss nothing. I feel like the top angle is less interesting though, because you can really see like all their up close actions on this one, the main cam. But then it's kind of cool to like see them also like this, you know. I don't know. What do you guys prefer? Big cam? You prefer the top cam or the front cam? It's always hard for me to decide, so that's why I do both. They're not gonna finish the kill. They're snails. They're not gonna finish the kill on stream. They never do. They eat so slowly. Far too slowly to see them really make any progress. Like maybe if I put in a tiny leaf, they would eat it and it would disappear, but nah, it's gonna take them a while to eat this much kale. How often do they get kale? They get it like once a week. Feed them like once a week. I could technically feed them more, but I don't really need more than that. Does it not go bad before they finish it? Sometimes it does, and then I have to pull it out. And then it smells bad, because when kale starts to go bad, it smells like farts. But then again, I feel like all vegetables kind of smell like farts. I don't know. I don't know. Everything's smelling like farts all the time, brother. It's crazy out here. Didn't go through that much knowing. Well, I mean, like I said, they might not eat it all. The stuff they don't eat, I take out. And I give like the kill that started rotting to my isopods, because isopods, if you didn't know, isopods are tetrivores, which means that they eat rotting like plants and animals. They eat basically things that are starting to decompose. Decompose. Decompose? Is that a word? Holy shit, I think the sun really did melt my brain. Decompose. That's a word, right? Like, that's a word. Decompose is a word. Right? Did I just make up a word? Decompose is a word. It means to decompose. Yes. Yeah, they eat things that are decomposing. I suppose. So, anyway, what the hell? What the snail? I need somewhere to put like my brain on ice or something. It's losing its function. I'm losing my mind. I don't know why they're climbing on top of each other. Sometimes they just like to stack each other. I can never tell when they're like really into each other, or if they're angry at each other, or if they're just really stupid and can't tell if there's another snail below them or not. I don't know what they're thinking. I never know. Just snail things. Just snail things like, hello, can I have babies? Hello, can I have food? Hello, I'm going to sleep. I imagine that's mostly what happens in their brain. I think the lighter one is trying to flirt with that guy in the back. I think he's trying to flirt. I don't think the guy likes it. I don't think he's into it. Oh, there's another. They're on top of another snail. What is happening? The other snail, I think, is just hungry. They also tend to get very, whenever I wake them up and there's lots of kale and there's lots of snails, I'm gonna be honest, they also get pretty horny. It's a little weird. It's a little bit weird. It's a little weird. But I guess they're just like, oh, it's morning, time to make babies. I don't know. Oh, there's food, time to make babies. Oh, there's other snails, time to make babies. To be honest, I don't really know what they think about. I'm gonna give them some more water. See if the ones in this corner actually start to wake up. It's so strange and cute. I think that snails are the best. The only downside to snails, in my opinion, genuinely, is how much they poop. They poop so much, and it's like really slimy because they're slimy, and then it becomes like it cements to the terrarium, the sides of the terrarium, and you have to like work really hard to get it off, and then it scratches the glass because it was really on there. They just have like slimy cement poop. It's the worst. That's the only downside to snails, in my opinion. Everything else, they're amazing. They're great. I mean, I guess I wish they didn't need so much humidity too. It'd be nice if they didn't need so much humidity, but they do. But they can survive without humidity. You know, a snail can hibernate. It's not called hibernating. It's called something else. When it gets too hot, they do hibernating, but it's not called hibernating. It's like the opposite. Anyway, they go into their shell and they just kind of sit there for a really, really long time, and they can sit there for basically forever, just waiting for it to become moist again. Look at that acrylic cake. You know, this one might be acrylic, not glass. I don't know. I got this terrarium secondhand, so I have no idea what it's made out of. This one might be acrylic. It's like really nice. It's a really nice terrarium. But they still get their poops all over it. It's terrible. Is there a bug to specifically clean waste? Typically people would say snails. And it's true, they do eat their own poop too. They recycle, but they don't really clean it. They just kind of make it worse. People use snails a lot, like aquatic snails, to clean their aquariums. And I guess maybe because it's the water, it doesn't like cement to the sides of the glass as much, but no, there's not really anything I can put on the sides to clean it itself, because it's not an underwater aquarium. I have isopods. There's some isopods in the dirt, and they eat, like I said, decomposing stuff. They eat poop. They'll eat the snail poop, but they can't climb the walls. They don't have sticky feet. They don't have sticky feet like that. Kind of wonder if I put some tiny roaches in there that can climb the walls, maybe if they would eat the poop off the sides, but that sounds kind of rude. To put them in there just so they can eat the poop. Like, they deserve better than that. They deserve better. They deserve actual food, not just snail poop. Beep, beep, beep. Snail. Oh, snail. They're not big, they're very small. These are just regular garden snails. They're just regular garden snails. They're pretty small. I mean, they're not tiny. They're not big. Springtails, you're right, springtails. Springtails might help. I don't know if they would clean the sides though. Are springtails, do they have sticky feet enough to climb glass and stuff? I don't know. It's called moisture retention. Well, yes, that happens. Yeah. But, so there's hibernation, and then there's something, I forget, hold on, I'll just look it up. It's literally the opposite of hibernation, but it happens when it's hot instead of when it's cold. So, like, bears go into hibernation. But there's other animals that do hibernation, but for heat. Let me find what it's called. It is called estivation. Estivation. Estivation is when it's super hot and animals sleep through it. It's like hibernation except for hot instead of cold. And snails do it. I'm sure other animals do it too. Estivation. You don't see snails in real life. Well, a lot of people see snails as pests, so a lot of people would say that's actually a good thing if you don't see snails. Unfortunately, snails are pretty invasive. Pretty invasive, so they're not really meant to be everywhere. There's slugs. Well, then you probably live in a place that has more slugs than snails. Estivation. And now I'm gonna have to look it up again. Ah! It's called... Just Google hibernation but for heat and it will come up. Estivation. Yeah, I mean, clearly snails are just too powerful, and that's why everybody hates them and calls them pests. It's not their fault that they're just so powerful they eat everything and anything. It's not their fault. Yeah. I do feel like I see less snails nowadays than I did when I was a kid. But one, it's summer right now, so there's not going to be that many snails unless it rains. It depends on what kind of climate you live in. So if you live in a hot climate, or like a dry climate, more deserty area, you're probably never gonna see snails. But if you live in a place that's like really humid and wet, like I don't know, Washington or something, then you're probably gonna see a lot of snails and slugs because perfect stuff for them. You probably asked this a lot for Are You a Vegan? What? Honestly, no, I have never been asked that. What? I've never been asked if I was... no, I'm not a vegan, no. I'm not. I don't even really like vegetables that much. I like fish. I like eating raw fish. Raw fish is my fave. I mean, there's snails and there's slugs everywhere. They're everywhere. It depends on the time of year, the weather, lots of stuff. I don't like vegetables. I like the way they look. I like the color green. Yeah, I like the color green. Just don't like eating the color green. Maybe I like the color green so much that I just refuse to eat it. Maybe that's my excuse. Would you eat escargot? No, I probably wouldn't. One, because why? Why? And also, I'm not French. I'm not French. And I don't trust the French, so I'll never eat escargot. Never! And also, that's a crime. How dare you do that to a snail? That's cannibalism! I don't understand eating snails, because I'd imagine they would just taste like dirt. Because they live in the dirt. That's what they do. Banana slugs! Banana slugs are super cute. I want a banana slug. I'm gonna have to go banana slug hunting someday. I'm gonna have to hunt for banana slugs. See if I can find the world's biggest banana slug. What species of snail are they? You know what? I get this question so much, I should just write down what they're called. They're just your typical garden snail. Hold on, let me find what the species name are. I'm so bad with the Latin names. Species names. There's 2 different types in here. But just your average guys, average dudes. There's Cornu asperum, which is just the common garden snail. And then there's also something else. Yeah. Cornu asperum. Don't eat snails! If you eat snails, the snails will revolt one day, and you will not be spared. I'm just saying. You don't want to be on that end of the great snail war. I don't recommend it. When the snails take over, you will not be spared. Oh, okay. So the 2 snail species in here are most likely Cornu asperum and Helix pomatia? I don't know how to say that. They're just average snails, very average. Average garden snails. You find them, they're the ones you find on your walks outside, they're the ones you find in your garden. talking about eating the snails! Snails eat snails? Snails? I mean, you're not technically incorrect, but these snails don't eat each other. These snails would never eat each other. I don't even think they're capable of eating each other. But, like, some carnivorous snails, like moon snails, do eat other snails sometimes, yes. They can. But these snails are not carnivorous, so it'd be really, really hard for them to eat each other. I don't even think they would do it out of desperation. I don't even think they could. I think they would just die instead. They would starve to death and eat each other. Everyone wants to talk about eating snails, but no one wants to talk about what the snails are eating. Well, they're eating kale! I'll tell you what, they're eating kale today! Oh, the camera's so hot. That's my fingers. Are there any insects I would try eating? I've eaten live mealworms before. I've eaten live mealworms as like a dare. I've done it. Ate them alive. I've done it multiple times. And honestly, I'll tell you firsthand, they're not that bad. They're not that bad. As long as you make sure you bite them to death before you swallow, it's really not that bad. They don't really taste like anything at all. Oh, it didn't taste like almonds. It tasted like ever so slightly shrimpy, and I don't like shrimp, but I was also really drunk. Every time I've eaten a live mealworm, I've been super drunk because I couldn't do that sober. I would imagine if you didn't kill the mealworm in your mouth before you swallowed it, then it would just like wiggle around in your stomach and your throat for a while, and I feel like that is the worst thing ever. I would hate that. Snail fell over! He fell! He fell off the kale! His greed will undo him. You find the mealworms in your drunken state? I have a mealworm farm. All my bugs that eat bugs, they eat mealworms. So, I have a mealworm farm in my basement, and I raise them so that I can feed my other bugs. Mealworms are just plentiful, they're easy to raise, and you can feed them pretty much anything, and they survive. So, yeah, I use mealworms for everything. Snails are clumsy. They're pretty clumsy. Do I have any snails with love darts? Don't most snails have love darts? That's how they like decide who's going to be the male and the female in the on the occasion, you know. I'm pretty sure these guys have love darts, yeah. Love darts is like, it's how the snails decide who's the woman and who's the man. Because snails are hermaphrodites, right? Snails are hermaphrodites, meaning that they have both the girl parts and the boy parts. So when they are about to do the diddly, they one of them will shoot the love dart into the other one, and it's literally like a little pointy dart thing, and it can hurt. But whoever successfully shoots theirs first into the other snail, that's the male, and then the one who gets shot is the female. Or at least that's how it's supposed to work. I don't really know if there's any more reason for the love dart other than that. It's a very strange thing they do. I'm pretty sure it's just for like... It's just a weird mating thing. It's a sharp, calcified dart. Yep. It is not used to transfer sperm. It injects mucus containing hormones that manipulate the recipient's reproductive system. That's what it's for, I guess. And it's called love dart. But it's actually called what's it called? Gypsobellum. That's what it's actually called. It's called their gypsobellum, aka love dart. I guess it promotes hormones in their bodies to make them want to do the deed more or something. I don't know. I mean, the change is permanent? No. No, they're hermaphrodites. They're always hermaphrodites. They can go off after they make love. They can go up to another snail and be shot. The shooter can then be shot, and then they have to be the other snail in the relationship. Snails mate with pretty much anything. Any snail. They can mate multiple times. They're simple creatures. They live to eat, make baby, and sleep. And that is all! That is all they do. Eat, make baby, and sleep. I know, we all wish to just be like them, understandably. The best life. Yeah. You're so simple. I mean, they've been around for millions and millions and millions of years. They've been through multiple mass extinctions, and they've come from the water to the land. And they're also like the second most abundant type of creature on Earth. Like, right behind insects, snails are the second most abundant creature on Earth. So clearly they're doing something right. Clearly something they're doing is correct. Probably the fact that they lay like a bajillion eggs every time. And also the fact that the hermaphrodites, I would assume, is also probably pretty high on the evolutionary stat chart. You don't even have to find a woman or a man, you just got both. You don't have to think about any of that. You have to get rid of the eggs all the time. These snails, I haven't seen lay eggs yet. I've not seen these snails lay any eggs yet. I have had snails in the past lay eggs. And I just kind of let them grow. I didn't kill them, no. If they laid way too many eggs, and it started getting out of hand, maybe I would have to, but I haven't had that problem. Snails are smarter than vegetables. I mean, yeah, they have to be. They eat the vegetables. Are they maidenless by default? You could argue that they're either maidenless or maidenful. If they're hermaphrodites, are they maidenless or are they maidenful? Are they full of maiden or are they maidenless? Because technically the maiden is inside of them. Also, some snails can procreate with themselves. That is something that can happen occasionally. It does happen sometimes, apparently. Yeah, apparently it's possible. I don't think it happens too commonly, but with themselves, yeah, like cloning, except they make love with themselves. So it's not really cloning. Look at them. That thing sticking out of the side of that snail's face may or may not be its penis. The more you know. Parthenogenesis, yes! Yes! Now the Lurkdart, I think the Lurkdart is located more closer to like their chin area. I'm not 100% sure, but I think they are. To do ASMR with apple snail eggs. I've never seen an apple snail before. I don't own apple snails. I don't know anything about apple snails. I mean, I guess if I had apple snails and they made babies, I could, but I don't. How long will it take for them to finish this kale? It really depends. Honestly, they might not even finish it. I leave it in for like a week. Then I take out what they haven't finished. If giant African land snails were not illegal to own, yeah, I would probably get one. But they're super duper illegal in the US because they like terrorized a couple of towns apparently in like Florida and Missouri or something. Mississippi? I don't know. Whatever's closer to Florida. Apparently they sent towns into chaos with how much they eat. Because, I mean, although these guys pretty much just eat vegetables, giant African land snails can apparently eat a lot more than just vegetables. I mean, they won't eat you, but they can eat, like, concrete, they can eat, like, insulation, they can eat all kinds of things you don't want them to be able to eat, basically. Yeah, and they multiply really fast. Yep. They do. So, like, once they start breeding, you really can't stop them. There has been places in the US where the snails, the giant African snails got so bad that they put out bounties for people to bring in giant African land snails that they would find, and you would literally get paid to bring them in. Isn't that crazy? Apparently you can do that with like chameleons in Florida or something. Like they get a chameleon problem. Oh, and lionfish. But wouldn't concrete that satisfies their appetite? I don't know. They just eat a lot and they eat like anything and everything. I mean, snails eat poop also. They eat their own poop, they eat each other's poop. They're also poop eaters. I don't know why, I guess they're just reusing the nutrients in poop. You ask me why they eat concrete, I don't know. Maybe they just like the flavor of rocks. Calcium? Yeah, maybe it's the calcium. I don't know, giant African land snails, like I said, they just eat anything and everything. Nothing can stop them once they start eating. They take over the universe. They will someday eat the entire Earth itself, and then there will be nothing left. People in India started breeding cobras when a ban was placed on them. Well, I'm sure there's people who would take advantage of stuff like that, yeah. But, places like Florida, they have so many invasive animals that they do all kinds of weird stuff to try and combat it. Clearly it's not really working though, because Florida's still full of tons of invasive species of all kinds of different animals. But it's a thing, it's a problem. They call the love dart the sneeze. The love dart is the sneeze. I guess it's kind of a sneeze. I'm pretty sure the love dart and the actual sneeze, the real sneeze, are different parts though. I think. Snacks. I can get with snacks. There's still some snails that haven't, like, woken up, so I'm trying to spray them. See if they'll get the fuck up. Good morning, bitch! Come on, wake up! Wake up, motherfucker! Wake up! Would I feed them mushrooms? I'm sure they would eat mushrooms, yeah. I'll feed them anything that they can eat. It's just, most of the time, all I really have is kale. Mollusk. What counts as a mollusk other than snails and, like, clams? There's snails, there's clams. What else is a mollusk? Scallops? Are barnacles mollusks? Barnacles are pretty cool. I like barnacles. Octopus? Octopus is mollusk? You know, somebody told me that before, and I'm like, how? How, though? Squid is a mollusk? Really? Mollusk. What defines a mollusk? It's just, like, freaking everything, huh? List of mollusks. Barnacles are crustaceans. Nah. There are a diverse group of animals such as clams, mussels, oysters, scallops, abalone, conches, shipworms, snails, nudibranchs, chitons, squids, and octopuses. Interesting. Squids. I wouldn't think squids and octopuses would be on that list, but I'm sure there's like a evolutionary reason. You know what? I really like chitons. Chitons? I don't know. How do you guys say them? I always call them chitons, but they might actually be called something else. Chitons? 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 Chetan? Chetan. How do you say? Pronunciation.
Chitin.
Chitten? Chitten? Chitten?
Chitin.
No, it's a kitten. Chitten sounds stupid. I refuse chitten. It's like kitten, but wrong. Yeah, they sound like chitten. No, it's not. Chitin? Chitin would also... I'd also accept chitin. Chitin, keaton. Chitin or keaton. Chitin? Keaton? Chitten sounds wrong. Chitin? Chitin. Keaton. Chitin. Well, according to Google, it's neither of those. According to Google, it's chitten.
Chitin.
Which I hate. I'm like, no. Chitin. Yes, chitin sounds right. Keaton, chitin. Jitterbugs are very cute. Yes, I love them. Sea frogs. You're right. Google can suck my chitin. Chitins are really interesting though. Like they literally just suction to something and they don't come off. They're so weird. But they're so cool. They're just like little freaks that do nothing other than sit there, and sometimes they're really colorful and pretty looking. A lot of people don't even know that they're alive. Here, just in case you have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about, I'll put a picture on screen. Oh, it's way too big. These guys. These are chitins, keatons. Chitins or keatons, not chittens. I refuse to call it a chitten. Chitin or keaton. That's what they look like. They live in the water. Live in the water. That's what they do. They live in the water. Not chickens. Keatons, chitins. Yeah, they're weird. They're weird and funny, and they're silly, and they're pretty, and they're cool. And people would never guess. People would never ever guess that they're you know, alive. By the way, thank you Kaboo Wabu for the donor earlier. Thank you. I forgot to say thank you. I just read your message like a dork. I'm sorry, my brain is still melting from the heat wave. Look at the one in the front. He's showing off how beautiful he is. He's like, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. And now he's getting kissed by another snail on top of him. Hey guys, no making out on camera. This is not that kind of stream. Wrong stream. You like Roman snails? They live 2 or 3 years longer, but they're lazy. I'm pretty sure some of the snails in here are Roman snails. To be honest, they look so similar. Common garden snails and Roman snails, or burgundy snails, that I don't even ask me what the difference is. I don't know. I think one is like slightly darker than the other one, and their shells are slightly different. I don't know. Roaming snail versus garden snail. I wonder if anything can actually tell me for certain. I guess Roman snails get a lot bigger, huh? The snails in your yard used to be pointy, and now that they get out competed by the round snails. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, native snail populations have been diminished due to the increasing number of invasive snail populations, because invasive snails really can just eat anything and everything, but a lot of native snails, they don't get that same ability, and they probably don't reproduce as fast either. That's how things become invasive, you know, they just take over. Have you seen the golden tortoise beetle? Not in real life, but I've seen them. I've seen pictures and I know what they are, and I know that the babies make poop shields. They make little poop swords and poop shields to fend off predators. We're very silly. Wait, you can see the snails I'm looking at on my computer screen. Snail research, snail research. I'm researching snails. This should add snails to Minecraft. It would be very, very nice if it added snails to Minecraft. But I mean, there's plenty of mod packs that have snails. Somebody needs to make a snail mod pack or a snail mod in Minecraft that, like, the cute snails can eat every block. They can actually eat every single block in Minecraft, so they can like slowly eat your house, and they also reproduce really fast, so they can just start taking over your Minecraft game. And also they give them like immortal snail abilities, so that if the snail touches you, you die. I think that would be a good mod, a good Minecraft mod. Immortal and invasive snail mod pack. Think about it. It would go hard. It would be a really... I'd play that mod pack. I would play it. I've been looking into Minecraft mod packs lately. I've been thinking of maybe making my own VTuber server, SVP Minecraft server, a new one. I've been trying to decide. I found this cool horror mod pack. There's also one that's like everything is underwater, so it's kind of like Subnautica but Minecraft. And then I was also looking at Cobblemon. Cobblemon is a classic, but I also haven't played it in so long. I know there's so much new stuff they've added. Hello. 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 Yeah, it's like a horror. I was thinking... what if I made a Minecraft server, a horror Minecraft server with the horror mod pack, but like I told everybody who joined the server that it was just Minecraft with like quality of life mods. I didn't tell them it was horror. I'm just like, oh yeah, it's just quality of life. You know, there's farming, cool farming and stuff. And then they would unexpectedly run into all the horror elements and they'd be like, what the hell is this, Lemmy? And I would be like, it's just quality of life. It's just quality of life. There is a Backrooms mod pack. I was actually looking at it yesterday, but it only has like 5 levels, so it's really not that in-depth. But the only way you get in is if you suffocate in like sand or gravel, which is clever. Let me stop being so tired all the time. I can't help it. It's so hot. It's so hot, and when it's hot, I get tired. I'm just so tired from the heat. Oh. Yeah, somebody definitely needs to make a Snail horror mod. That would be so good. Snail. Yes, I am VTuber. That is all I do. All I am is VTuber. Terrible, 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 how horrible. Terrible, terrible. Ah! Snail incoming from the top. Coming down from the top. Coming down. Oh my god, fell over. Shoot you with my gypsy balloon. 6, 7. 6, 7. 6, 7. 6, 7 is already passed, and so has 6, 9. 6 and 9 and 6, 7. June is kind of a cursed month if you think about it. 6, 7. What do you guys think? Which camera is nicer? Do you like the top camera or the side camera? What's your camera of choice? Camera angle of choice? Top camera? You like the top one better. You think the lighting's more pretty? I mean like the top down camera or the side camera. You guys always say both is good. It's not fair. The problem with this top camera is it's a lot more blurry. So like, you know, if I zoom in it looks like ass, but from far away it looks good, you know? From far away it looks cool. I didn't expect to be so exhausted today. Oh, thank you for the raid, my whisper. Thank you. Welcome. Snails. We have snails today. Snails eating kales. Snail is eating a fresh kale. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Yummy, yummy. I do wish I had more things to talk about today. But my life has really just been melting from the heat. From how hot it's been. and drawing in a coloring book because I've been afraid to turn on my computer because I'm afraid it's gonna make my room even hotter than it already is. Ah! But yes, welcome readers, welcome! How are you guys? And what were you guys doing over there? Snails, snails. Snails, eating kales. No aircon? No aircon. No air conditioner. Not in this house. Nuh-uh. Who's my Oshi? Probably the snail with the tiger shell. That's my Oshi. That's my Oshi right there. Specifically when I'll zoom in on it. This one. That one's my Oshi. See him? See that one? That one right there? That's my Oshi. This snail is my Oshi. That's the one. That's the one. Were the Keaton, oh, god damn it, I never know how to say it. Keaton, were they different species? Yeah, I think they were different species. I do think they were different species, yes. One was like pink and one was like kind of greenish. was just showing a picture of them so that people knew what they were. So that people knew what I was talking about. Yeah! I give him some more water. Oh my god, I'm almost out of water. Oh. I got the glass! No! Now you can't even see them! Oh, now you can't even see the snails! Now they just kind of look like stained glass. What's stained glass? What do you call this? Glazed glass! Glossy glass! What do you call this? A texture. Sneller! Sneller! Yeah, what's Amaya doing on her stream? Sneller! Well, you guys, I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna make a wild guess and say that you probably weren't watching Snail's OK. Probably not doing that. Yeah, it's like frosted glass now. I didn't mean to. Let's see. It'll slowly get better, hopefully. Are both cameras the same model or no? The one on the front, the one on the side cam is like way better quality than the top cam. I can zoom in on this one. Oh, that one's all frosted. But yeah, you can see. It's a lot more pixelated and blurry. This one is like a proper... the overhead cam is like a proper webcam. And then this one is like actually a nice camera. But now that the the glass is all wet, you really can't see how nice it looks, huh? Everything just looks like butt. It'll slowly dry off. Bum, 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 bum. Ah, it's so wet. It's so wet. Oh yeah. Snails! Snails! I can see my computer too. Wow. Wow. God, why did I have to be an idiot and spray the front? Now it's like all weird. Oh, it's slowly getting better. Ever so slowly. Snail Empress, Snail. Snails have a computer in their tank. Yeah, they're really smart. Actually, they do they like to mine Bitcoin on their spare time, so they gotta have a computer in there. How else would I make money off of these fucks? These dumb little snail babies. All they do is eat my food and they don't give anything in return except poop. Do I hate salt? I like salt. I don't like things to be too salty though. But I'm okay with salt for the most part. Like, I like salty fries. I think if you put a little bit of salt on a slice of tomato, it enhances the flavor. But yeah, I don't know. Snail poo tax. Thank you, Kelderwitz. Should I feed them more kale? Wait, I had extra kale. Where did it go? Oh, it's up there. Hold on. I'm gonna give them more kale. Also gonna need other snails to join in. Okay. Okay. Snails! They're not attacking vegetables. They're nice to us. They're always nice to watch, even when they're attacking vegetables. I don't know why this one is freaking out. Look how cute they are. No. You know what I want to eat? I want to eat ice cream. I think I'm gonna eat ice cream. You guys, I'm gonna grab some ice cream real quick. That way it's not as hot. Okay, I'm back. I have ice cream. You know those weird ice creams that used to be on TikTok? That are like... They're like shaped like a fruit, and then they're like kind of like a popsicle. I found them at the store. They're really expensive. I'm gonna try one. How do I open this shit though? How are you supposed to open this? This is ridiculous. Snails can have ice cream as a little treat. They're not getting the ice cream. The ice cream's from me! Ice cream is mine. If I ever figure out how to open it. I need scissors. I got the orange. No, I got the mango one. And I got the grape one. This one I have right now is grape. Try to open it. How do you guys feel about grape flavored things? Do you think it's terrible or do you think it's delicious? I like grape flavored things. I know it tastes artificial, like it doesn't taste like a grape at all, but by the time I get this open, the ice cream's gonna melt! Fancy schmancy. I opened it. Here, let me show it on camera. It's so fancy looking. Now you can see the entire terrarium from this angle. And my grape ice cream. See, it's shaped like a grape. It's like a big grape. I was not expecting it to taste like chocolate. It doesn't really taste like artificial grape. It tastes like the top tastes like white chocolate kind of. My camera turned off. Make grape flavor out of gloves. Yeah, I did watch that video too. It's because like the chemical makeup is very similar or something. Grape flavor is a completely artificial flavor. It doesn't even taste that much like grape. It's so weird. Yeah, they're just typical garden snails. technically garden snails are also invasive, they're just not illegal. Probably because they can't control them. This ice cream is a lot harder to eat than I expected. I thought I'd just be able to take a bite out of it, but it's like really solid. And the outside is like creamy, like chocolatey almost. Here, let me show you what it looks like now. So weird. Great popsicle. I literally cannot take a bite out of it though. Doesn't even taste that grapey, it's so weird. Do I like Stellar Blade? I've never played it. Garden snails can be a big problem for farmers, but for the average person, they're not that big of a problem. What am I doing? I'm eating the great popsicle I showed you guys earlier. I'm not eating that. Slowly. It's finally soft enough where I can actually take a bite. This is what it looks like now. Isn't it weird looking? That's ice cream. That is ice cream, my dudes. It doesn't look like ice cream, but it's ice cream. Maybe I will get an aquatic tank again someday, but I'm just not a big fan of keeping fish tanks and like water in tanks, because I used to work at an aquarium and I just kind of hate aquariums now. Like I hate managing them. managing aquarium. So much water. I love it when you can see the snail really up close in all of its little mouth movements. You can literally see him shoving the kale into his mouth. Yeah, you can see it in his throat. Do snails know when to stop stuffing their mouths? Honestly, I don't know if snails can, like, overeat. That's honestly a good question. I have no idea. I'm not sure if snails know when to stop stuffing their mouths. I've never seen an obese snail, so I don't know if they can get, like, fat and overeat. I wonder if they just poop out as much as they eat. How efficient are they? They instinctively self-regulate. Interesting. I'm sorry if you guys can hear me devouring this popsicle. It's actually really good, but it's really not that much grape flavor. Like, the grape flavor is very subtle in this popsicle. You know, you'd think an entire popsicle shaped like a grape, like a big purple grape, would taste very, very grapey, grape flavor. But instead it just kind of tastes creamy. It tastes like just creamy ice cream with like a little tiny bit of grape flavor. I think the snails are already starting to get tired of eating. Unfortunately, my snails are not as interesting to watch eat as my roaches are. I don't know, but sometimes the roaches can be boring too. Sometimes they can be boring. The snails are relaxing. Popsicle. I can understand that they're relaxing. But then they'll stop eating eventually, and that's when they're boring. What do snails think about all day? Probably just eating and making babies. That's it. They don't have anything more they even need to think about. I mean, I guess out in the wild they also have to think about not getting eaten by predators, but in this terrarium they don't have to think about any of that.
Thanks for the snail cam. This is so cool.
Oh my god, thank you, Raynon. What the heck? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And the snails really appreciate it, because that means I can get them more kale. And that's all they appreciate, that's all they care about. Just eating. I've been thinking about maybe getting them cucumbers next time. How do you guys feel about cucumbers? Do you like cukes? Have you ever seen have you ever experimented on their intelligence to see how creative they can get to the food? No. I think if you put food at the end of like a hallway and then you put a snail on the other side of the hallway, I don't even think the snail would slowly start moving towards the food. I think the snail would just go to sleep. I don't think they're that smart, really. Good, and smoothies! What kind of smoothie has a cucumber in it? Cucumber smoothie. Do I have any pet mammals? I have cats. Those are mammals. They found out that snails can work out for fun and when they want to. I know that aquarium snails, like in aquariums, can like play by they'll like ride the bubbles up to the top of the aquarium, and then they'll like fall back down, and then there's no reason for them to do this, so people believe that they just do it for fun and for silliness. It is cute. You can look up videos of it online. It's pretty common, apparently. But those are aquatic snails. I don't know about land snails. Okay, I finished my popsicle. Finally! Finally! Look at this dude. Look at this dude. Look at this dude. Avocado and sushi. You know, I was almost killed. I mean, avocado, cucumber. I was almost killed by a cucumber in a sushi roll. I was almost murdered by a cucumber in a sushi roll. I almost choked to death on it. It got like caught in my windpipe. It was great. It was awesome. Yeah, the cucumber incident. Trying to think. Yeah, maybe I'll try cucumbers on them next time. I bet cucumbers are good because they're like full of water and stuff. I'm not sure if they would like celery. I've given them carrots before. They've eaten carrots before. They kind of like them, but not as much as kale. I definitely think kale is their #1. You know what? I haven't tried lettuce too much on them. Maybe they like lettuce more than kale. I don't know. Ant Canada? No, I'm gonna be so honest. I actually don't know that much about ants. I used to have a little tiny ant farm when I was a kid, you know, like one of the ones you buy online. And they're like blue, they got the blue gel and you keep your ants in there. I know it's not really the best for the ants, but I had one as a kid. But yeah, I actually don't know that much about ants. I know that they're super duper duper smart though. Ants are definitely way smarter than snails. Look at the little one in the middle, sticking his little face out. He's so cute. Yum 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 yum. Leatherleaf slugs. I don't even know what that is. Leatherleaf slug. I should look that up. Leatherleaf slug. Oh my god, are these guys big? They look kind of big. I guess they're pretty small. I've never kept slugs before. I wonder if they'd poop as much as snails do. wonder. I wonder if they also eat literally everything like snails do. They are huge? They do get huge? Okay. All the pictures I'm seeing, they're not that big, but maybe they do get bigger. I know banana slugs can get huge, insanely big, but I don't think we've ever seen one of these. They look cute though. Snails are still the best though. Did you know that slugs evolved from snails? They evolved from snails. But you know what? I still think snails are better. Snails are better. They're cooler. I mean, look at the shell. That one. Look at that one that's falling over right now. He's so fat. He can't even hold himself upright. I wish I had like a better humidifier for them. I bought this like tiny humidifier off of Amazon. It's a pretty decent size. I can like put it in my roach terrariums and stuff. But yeah, it doesn't really. My snail terrarium is too small. My snail terrarium is too small, and I can't fit it in there. I mean, I probably could. I would just have to make sure all the snails, like there's no snails beneath it. It's just a pretty small terrarium. It's like it should be the other way around, that slugs evolved from snails. Or no, snails evolved from slugs. Yeah, no. So, the snails came first. Snails came first. And then slugs evolved basically to not have to have a shell. Instead, they have internal shells where they keep their organs. And on some slugs, it's more obvious where their like internal shell is, and on other slugs, you can't know it. You can't even see it at all. You can't see it at all. Which one would you want to keep? Giant African snail or deep sea volcano snail? Well, obviously the volcano snails are cooler, but it'd be way harder to keep a deep sea volcano snail because one, you'd have to have it at really high temperatures at all time. You'd probably have to have it at like a deep sea pressure for it to stay alive. And also, I believe they like the way they eat. They just eat through like the oxygen in the water. Like they eat the nutrients or something that comes out of the volcano, so feeding it would be a pain in the butt. So I would rather have an African land snail, giant African land snail, because at least I could keep it and it wouldn't die. Yeah, their shells are also made of iron. I don't think it's even possible to keep a deep sea volcano snail. How would you keep one? How would you like? And what would you keep them? How would you do that? They use sulfur somehow too. Yeah, I know the way that they eat is like really interesting because basically they're filter feeders, and they basically eat like the stuff that comes out of the vents of the volcano. You will need a volcano. Probably, yeah. What snail shell would my snail shell be colored? I don't know, regular snail shell color? Brown or yellow? Sea bunnies. Sea bunnies are cute, but they're also really hard to take care of in an aquarium because you have to deal with salt water most of the time. You gotta deal with salt water, and salt water is a pain in the butt to deal with, I'll tell you what. if keeping freshwater aquariums is a pain in the ass, like I say it is, can you imagine what a pain in the ass taking care of saltwater aquariums is? It's so much worse. You kept an octopus as a kid? What? That's so cool. What the hell? Yui is a pain in the butt to take care of. Well, Yui's different because Yui mostly takes care of herself, so... I feel like Yui would be the ideal sea slug to have as a pet because you wouldn't have to do anything. In fact, she would make food for you. She would bake you cakes. She would be the best sea slug as a pet. Maybe she'd even poop out little strawberries. You don't think that water changes are necessary? Depends on what's in your aquarium. There's certainly some fish that water changes aren't as necessary as it is for other fish. Some fish are way more sensitive. Some fish are very hardy and can deal with really dirty water. No problem. But it really depends on what you're keeping in your aquarium, in my opinion. There's certainly some things, like, I mean, if you just had, like, snails in your aquarium, or shrimp or something, then yeah, water quality is probably not the biggest deal. But if you have, like, what's something that is very dependent on water quality? Sea bunnies! Sea bunnies are very dependent on water quality. Yeah. Anything that is directly affected by the water quality would probably need a lot of water changes. But also you can't do too many water changes, because if you do too many water changes, then you're taking the important bacteria out of the water, and then they don't have the necessary bacteria to live, and then they get sick and die. So you can't do too many, and you also can't do too little. That's why I hate aquariums. They're so weird. Are koi fish dependent on water quality? I wouldn't know, I guess so. I never took care of koi fish. With a big enough tank, water changes are less required. Yeah, that's true. And yeah, if you have plants and things that like provide oxygen and clean the water, then yes, water changes are less important. But most people don't have all those things. Most people just have a tank full of water and maybe some gravel in the bottom. That's what most people got. When I worked in an aquarium, a lot of our tanks weren't even aquariums. We had like these giant buckets. They're like huge. They were like hot tubs, the size of hot tubs. These big black buckets, and you'd keep all like the outdoors fish in the big black buckets. And they were huge, but they were not really great for, you know, so you'd have to water change it like all the time. And there's also a lot of fish that they put in there. Catfish are also pretty hardy. Catfish are probably an easier fish to take care of. Oh, but if you have like a sturgeon or something, sturgeons I've heard are really hard to take care of. So yeah, it just depends on what it is, I think. Oh, crabs. Crabs are also super easy to take care of. Crabs are like pretty hardy. They also eat practically anything and everything. Thank you, Kazuwashi! Thank you! My octopus was the size of an adult human hand! In a 55-gallon aquarium, but it also had a big sump under the tank that held more water and a big filter. Yeah, that's probably helpful. Probably much more well, I mean, was it a saltwater octopus? Is there even freshwater octopus? I don't know. I never got to take care of an octopus. My favorite thing to take care of when I was at the aquarium was, moray eel. We had a moray eel. A big moray eel. And it was like... It was really cute and funny, and it would only let me feed it. It wouldn't trust anybody else to feed it, but it would let me feed it. Octopods produce thrice the ammonia of fish. Wow, I didn't know that. But yeah, moray eels are so cute. I love moray eels. I love eels in general. Eels are pretty epic. But moray eels, there's something so charming about their big stupid face and their wide open jaw. And the way they just stare at you like, all the time. And I was at first, I was afraid to pet it, but they're like very friendly actually. They're very goofy. I do love moray eels, they're so funny, they're goofy. They do have xenomorph jaws. Well, I mean, you know that xenomorphs were kind of based off of moray eels a little bit, or at least with their jaws. So... makes sense. But in reality, moray eels are just big sea puppies. They're just long sea puppies. They don't mean no harm. They just got big teeth, and they look at you like... and they never close their freaking mouth. Xenomorph is from the Alien movie, yeah. Yeah, from the Alien series. Snail. Come on. Focus. There. There are freshwater morays too? There are? I guess that makes sense. Still, I probably will never keep an aquarium myself ever again. If I ever did keep an aquarium, maybe it would be like shrimp or snails. But I just really don't want to have to deal with all the water. Ugh, the water was the worst. And then when I worked at the aquarium I worked at, all of their pumps, all of their electric pumps would always be broken. So to get the siphon started when you were doing a water change, I would have to use like my mouth, or I'd have to like try and figure out a way to get the pressure to like do it automatically without an electric pump. And it was the worst, because if you do it with your mouth, it's disgusting, obviously. But then if you try to do it with, like, pressure, and, like, the water, it's, like, kind of... It can be weird. It can be weird. Hard to get it started, you know? It can get really hard to get it started. I know, I would like sit there for what felt like hours trying to get the pumps to work, because I was like, I am not putting my mouth on this shit. I am not getting this siphon started by putting my mouth on this and sucking. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. Eels are fish, right? Yeah. 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 Eels are fish. And shockingly enough, electric eels aren't even eels. Did you know that? Electric eels aren't even technically eels. Did we have rays at the aquarium? No, we did not have any rays. I don't think. No, I don't think so. We had a cat shark at one point. We had a lingcod. We had lots of trout and lots of catfish. And we had a couple sturgeon. We had crabs, lots of crabs. We had some nudibranchs for a little bit. But they were weird. The crabs and the sea slugs, they would often try to escape their aquariums, and then you would find them dead the next day because they would have escaped out of their aquarium, and then they would be on like the freaking disgusting floor, and it would be horrible. Was the aquarium like a museum? Kind of. I worked on an aquarium that was like, there was like the main aquarium where people actually like looked at fish. You know, there was actually people who could look at the fish and like places for people to look and watch and stuff. And then there was like another building, and that's where they kept like the fish that were being researched and the fish that were like sick, or the fish that were being kept for like something at a different place, or like, you know, just any other reason to keep fish. They had fish there. And I would work in that building where it was like not fish on display. So things were not as nice. The building was not as nice, and the electricity was not as nice. I would very often shock myself trying to plug things in there because it was always very wet, and that doesn't go well with electricity outlets. Every time I would have to plug in an electronic pump, it would electrocute me. It was great. But there was some cool fish. I really liked the crabs. They had a lot of personality. Crabs always have a lot of personality. I learned when I worked there about, what are they called? Sea spiders? Yeah, sea spiders. I learned about those. I didn't know those even existed, but we saw them there. And also I learned that and how anemones travel. Did you know that anemones, basically, when they're babies, they travel like jellyfish? They look like these tiny little jellyfish. But they're anemones. And then they like latch onto something. It's so weird. So weird. Yeah, except I didn't do any research. I just cleaned and like took care of animals and fed. And took out the dead ones. Are anemones animals? I mean, they're living. If that's what you define an animal as, it's a living thing, right? Anemones? Yeah? Anemones? I think so. I don't know. What are anemones? Anemones. What are they called? What are they defined as? Anemone. Anemone. Sea anemone. Not the flower. Not the flower. Sea anemones. Yeah, I never knew that they swim until I worked at the aquarium, and one day I saw all these tiny little dudes swimming around. I was like, are those jellyfish? And they're like, no, those are sea anemones. I'm like, what the fuck? It's an animal. Sea anemone is an invertebrate animal from the order Actiniaria. Related to jellyfish and coral. Yeah, I guess you consider coral an animal? It technically is, right? Coral is technically an animal, but I don't think of it like that, right? Maybe not sea sponges? Some sea sponges can move, right? I've watched SpongeBob. I saw him moving around. And that's definitely an educational show. Well, there's a lot of little animals working together. Guess that's true. Human ancient ancestors sea sponge. Yeah, we are related somehow, aren't we? That one snail looks like his shell is just straight up kale. He doesn't even have a shell anymore. He's just become the kale. Where is your shell, bro? He is just part of the kale. He's eaten so much kale, he has become one with the kale. Oh, now he's kissing his friend. He's like, hello, hello, would you like to make babies? Hello, hello, would you like to make babies with me? Hello? Perfect time for the song to come on. Am I cool enough today when streaming? Today is a lot cooler than the last 2 days, so yeah. Today I'm okay. Last 2 days it was like 100 degrees. With no AC and it sucked, but now it's only like 70. Animals arrived before plants? Whoa. Really? Interesting. I guess that makes sense. We shouldn't have a heat wave for a while, hopefully. I don't like having to cancel my streams, but it was genuinely so hot. I mean, you guys have seen how my brain is melted today. Can you imagine how I was over the last 2 days? If I tried to stream, I would just be like brain dead, sitting here like, I mean, I was on Yui's stream, and I was on Perry's stream, but like, I wasn't streaming, so I didn't have to think that much, you know? On hot days, you can just imagine me like sitting in my room with my tongue out of my mouth, just like, bleh. Dead. I'm dead, bleh. It's so hot! And it's like, no matter how much water you drink, it feels like you never get hydrated. I drank so much things. It looked like an alcoholic, except it wasn't alcohol, it was just bottles of water instead. Bottles of water and electrolyte drinks. Just scattered everywhere. Tried to survive. I like how the snail in the front is pretty gentle. Look at how gentle he is. It's like a big gentle boy. I think that's the snail I found dried out, like on the sidewalk. His shell is kind of damaged. A lot of times I'll find snails that are kind of like dried out, and I'll almost wonder if they're dead. Like when I pick them up, I'll have to check if they're even alive, because they'll be so dried out. I think this was one of them, and that's why he's looking a little beat up. But hopefully, over time, his shell will grow back and get better. Slowly it'll heal. But yeah, sometimes when you find snails dried out on like the sidewalk or something, they're like so crunchy and so like brittle that you'll like pick them up and it feels like they almost break in your hand. Is it humid there? No, it's mostly dry here. Do snail eyes have lenses like human eyes? They have, yeah, I mean they can see. They just can't see super well. They're not the best eyes ever. Yes, they do have cuttle bone. They have cuttle bone. You can kind of see it sticking out in the back. Right back there. It's like below the kale right now because I threw the kale on top of it. But yeah, they have a big piece of cuttle bone in there for their shells. Do cockroaches have compound eyes like flies? I don't know actually. I don't think so. Maybe? Cockroach eyes. I mean, they can see. What? I don't know if they can see as well as a fly, is what I'm trying to say. They have. Cockroaches do have large compound eyes on the sides of their head. They're built for night vision and motion detection. And these eyes grant nearly 360-degree vision. And they can see in near pitch blackness. So they're more night vision. Night vision eyes. Eyes for night vision. I don't know, I always feel happy when I get to save a snail that's like drying out on the sidewalk or something. I always feel so bad. I'm also like always surprised that they haven't been attacked by birds yet. I'm always like, yay, I found you just in time to take you home and kidnap you. Wahoo! You like to turn up the FOV? Bro, I have friends that do that. I have friends who like turn the FOV all the way up. I know it's like kind of like a gamer thing, but I hate it. I hate turning the FOV up. I'm like, I see too much. I know too much. I see too much now. I don't know what to focus on. Is it considered kidnapping if you bring their cell along with them because it's their home? Yeah, it's like kidnapping and what do you call stealing somebody's house? Is there a word for that? Stealing somebody's house? Home robbery? It's like kidnapping and home robbery. Because I'm actually taking their home. It's okay, but they're in a safer place with me. Repossessing. Is it like their home or is it their hair? It's more like a part of their body. Because it is something that they grow over time. It's like it's where they keep all their organs and it's also where they hide. So it's like kind of like all of the above, you know? It's kind of like, I mean, it's a shell. It's like a turtle shell. They can hide in it, but it's also their home and it's also a part of them. It's all of the above. Eminent domain. Domain expansion! Domain expansion! The kale looks tasty. I mean, honestly, whenever I do these streams, I always do think to myself that the kale looks tasty, but if I did take a bite out of it, I know I would hate the aftertaste. I don't like kale. Specifically, what I hate about kale is the aftertaste. Like, initially, it tastes okay, but then once it hits... Once, like, that aftertaste that's, like, really, really bitter starts hitting, I hate it. I hate that. I hate it. I can't stand it. Because it also, like, stays in your mouth for a million years. It's like a flavor that doesn't go away. If it looked like lettuce, why taste like poison? Yeah, and whenever I eat kale, it always, like, gives me heartburn. But I feel like it shouldn't, but it does. It's something about, like, the aftertaste. It gives me heartburn. So I'm like, I shouldn't be eating this. I shouldn't be eating this. I know they say vegetables are good for you, but I shouldn't be eating this. Why are you playing Pokemon music? I'm sorry. I'm just playing whatever video game music playlist I can find online. I just playing whatever I could find. I don't even know what this playlist is. I think, let's see. It's called Upbeat and Chill Aquarium Music to Wake Up To. And it's just got a spinning fish. It's just got a fish that's spinning. Yeah, like I get heartburn when I eat kale. I don't know why. Does it count as eating your veggies if there's more dressing than greens? Sure! You're one of those people who can't eat cilantro because it tastes like soap? You know, it does taste like soap to me. It does. But it's not, like, also, I can still kind of understand, like, the actual taste of cilantro, but it does also taste soapy. It's not, like, as bad as it is for some people, for me. I like milk and dark chocolate, but not milk chocolate. I don't like milk chocolate either. I think that milk chocolate is kind of gross, and I also think that dark chocolate... dark chocolate's good. I think that white chocolate is gross. I don't like white chocolate at all. There's so many people I've met in my life where they're like, oh, my favorite chocolate is white chocolate. I'm like, bitch, white chocolate tastes like ass. It just tastes like butter and sugar. I hate it. I'm also not the biggest sweet tooth in the world, though. White chocolate is fat. It's just fat? Is it even chocolate? Is there even chocolate in white chocolate? I actually don't even know. It doesn't taste like chocolate to me. I don't like it. White chocolate is an American cheese product. But I love cheese! But I love cheese. But I don't like white chocolate. But I love cheese. I don't know. I'm just not the biggest chocolate fan in the world, honestly. Just not the biggest chocolate fan. I'm gonna be honest, I'm more of a vanilla person. I like vanilla bean flavor, French vanilla. Even though I hate French people, I like French vanilla. American cheese is made from cheese, but not cheese. No, it's like it's a what do they call it? It's fake cheese product? What do they put on the packaging? It's not actually cheese. It's a cheese like product or something. Cheese product. No French viewers here? I hope not. They eat snails. They're not allowed here. The French eat snails. Cheese product. French vanilla is just vanilla, it just has a fancy name. I don't know, I've had like different types of vanilla. There's vanilla flavor, and then there's like vanilla bean, and that tastes slightly different than vanilla. And then there's also French vanilla, and that one also tastes different from both vanilla and vanilla bean. And personally, French vanilla is my favorite. But there has to be some sort of difference, right? I mean, they do all taste different to me. Look at them now! Hello! They do love their kale. Do you guys just hear that? I think my neighbor's kid just screeched like a monster, like a pterodactyl. It was very visceral sounding. Tomoe! Hi! Let me give you a wrench. I want to give you a wrench. Hold on. Wait, it's not a wrench anymore. What is it now? It's a shield? Bonk. Just a whole ass shield. Throw it like a frisbee. A really, really heavy frisbee made out of metal. That reminds me, throwing a shield like a frisbee reminds me of one time me and my friend were like walking around on a really windy day, and there was like this metal sign that was like, I guess it wasn't bolted in place properly, but like right as we were walking by, this really thin metal sign came unhinged from its like really high up spot, and it like flew towards us, and it fell like right in front of us, and we were like, damn, if that had been a couple feet towards us, if there was just, we were like so close to death. That thing could have cut our heads off. That's how I imagine throwing a shield at somebody would be like. Like, you could just slice your head off. Even if the metal's not very sharp, it's just like the force going really fast, and it being really hard metal. Metal is dangerous. Like a sheet of metal. Like a big sheet of metal, and then you like throw it, and then it could cut someone's head off, right? I'm just theorizing about if frisbees were made out of metal. I still love the one on the front who's like so gentle with his eating. He's eating the kale so gently. It's very cute. Instead of being like a sloppy snail monster, he's just giving it a little nipple. A little nipple. Bronze weapons are stronger than pure iron weapons? Oh. Yeah, isn't bronze like a mix between iron and copper? Isn't that what bronze is? So I guess that would make sense, right? It's like an alloy. He's so polite. Exactly. He's also like, you can tell he's really polite and sweet because he doesn't even stick his eyes out all the way, which means he's shy. He's being shy as he eats. He's like afraid. Oh, it's copper and tin. Okay. copper and tin, and then steel is iron and carbon. Okay. Oh, brass is copper and zinc. Man, I don't know. I don't know my alloys clearly. He's so sweet. He's such a sweet little snail. You can tell he's been through so much. When you abduct snails, do you just hold them in the air the whole time, or do you place them in something? It depends on if I have something to put them in or not. I mean, like, sometimes when I walk by a snail, all I have is my hands, you know? But then sometimes when I walk by a snail, I will have something to put them in. Or really any bug. Sometimes you come across a bug and you have something to put it in. Other times you just have to keep it in your hand the whole time. It just depends on the situation. If I'm going somewhere looking for bugs, I'll have something to put them in. But otherwise... I mean, I've even like found jumping spiders before, and then I'm like, I want to take this home, and I'll just keep it in my hand for like an hour. Which I don't recommend keeping a spider in your hand for an hour, because spiders do bite. And they will bite your hand. I've also kidnapped cicadas before, and I've just like kept them in my hand the whole time. And cicadas, you wouldn't think that cicadas bite, but they kind of do. They have like a proboscis, which they bore into wood, and they suck out the sap in wood, in like trees and stuff like that, trunks. And so if you hold a cicada in your hand for a really long time, they'll try to bore the freaking proboscis into your hand, and it's really painful because they'll think you're a tree. What do you mean air gel? What does air gel mean? Yeah, cicadas are really dumb. They can't tell the difference between skin and tree. So if they're sitting on something for a long time, they'll just be like, I wonder if I can eat this. Do you only consider insects to be bugs? I consider everything that's bug-like to be bugs, including snails, spiders, scorpions. I'll even consider shrimp and crabs bugs. You know, they're bug adjacent. I would call them all bugs, but are they technically bugs? No. But we don't have to get into technicalities. You hold the snail like from its shell rather than let it slide in your hand? No, I just put it in my hand. I want to make them feel safe, even though sometimes that's not how you make them feel safe. Arthropods, yeah, arthropods, invertebrates, they all count as bugs. To me, at least. I'm not here to be scientific. I'm just here to have a good time. Velvet worm? I've never seen a velvet worm in real life. I wonder what they would feel like. I want to feel a velvet worm. What are they eating? They're eating kale. Kale is on the menu today. It is kale. Fresh, delicious kale. Their favorite. Most life in the universe is invertebrate. Yeah, like I said, I'm not here to be technical. Velvet worms have a painful bite. Velvet worms are weird. Snails eating fresh kale. Fresh kale and snails. Fresh snails and kales. Are worms bugs? They're words. Worms, worms, worms. Centipedes, yeah, centipedes can bite hard. Centipedes are aggressive sometimes. They're also really good at escaping from anything you put them in. Look at those snails. I'm nom-nomming their tail. Kill snail, kill snail. Kill snail, kill snail. Kale and snail. Snails and kale. Snails versus kales. Oh, there's one coming down on the side. Yeah. The kale and the snail in the front is extra comfy. He's like sitting in this little, it's like a hollowed out little tiny log basically. He's just perfectly sitting in there. It's kind of cute. It's pretty cute. Giant octopus recently described that lived during the Cretaceous. Eh? As much as I would love to know more about, like, I don't know, the insects of ancient giant dragonflies and such, I really don't know that much. I don't know that much, unfortunately. I'm not that well informed. You only know from watching YouTube. There is a channel that like does really good like prehistoric mini documentaries, don't they? I forget what it's called though. That's also where I've learned most of my info. Paleontology is a comfort science. It's funny because you'd think that people who like dinosaurs would like the opposite of bugs, because dinosaurs were really big. But Extinct Zoo, yes! I think that's the one I would watch. Yes. Seven days of silence. try a little bite. I always, whenever I go to the beach or like anywhere with a bunch of rocks, I always hope that like it'll be my lucky day and that I'll see a rock that's a fossil. I always hope that like deep down. I'm always like, oh, maybe today is the day I find a fossil. I've never found a fossil. I always just hope. I think I live in way too populated of an area to find fossils, though. It's just too much, like, human foot traffic. No fossils. Yeah, I wish I could find a fossil one day. The day I find a fossil is the day I am truly happy. Alright. Oops. We have been streaming for almost 3 hours, so I think I'm gonna look and see who else is online today. Who we can read into. Let me see. Because I'm tired. Maybe I'll stream on Sunday or tomorrow. Probably Toga! Toga puts my hands around your neck and shakes you aggressively. Toga! Hello, quiet babies. Hello, Snailbert. I was just about to raid someone else! Toka! You're just about to raid into someone else. Okay, let's see who's online. Obviously, you can't raid into Toka anymore. Not allowed. Yep, our snails are just eating kale today. It's been pretty chill. It's been chill and full of snails. I might do a member stream or some kind of stream this weekend. Maybe I'll play more Power Wash Simulator this weekend. I don't know, undecided. I'm undecided. I've also been thinking about moving my, my feeding streams to Saturday instead of Friday. What do you guys think about that? Genuine question. What do you think about moving the feeding streams to Saturday? That's cool too. Put up a vote. I'll think about it. Okay, we're gonna raid into Mita or Sita. I hope you guys have enjoyed the snails eating kale today. Next week we will do roaches. More roaches, and hopefully the roaches will be more hungry next week. I really hope so. They were not very hungry last week, so hopefully next week they'll be ravenous. But I don't know. Yeah, so we're gonna read into Mita. I will see you guys maybe this weekend. Perhaps, mayhaps. Things are still up in the air right now. But yeah. Thank you guys for watching. And if you want, you should say snail raid when we raid. We go snail raid. Everyone's gonna say snail raid. Okay, snail raid. If you don't say snail raid, these snails will stop eating their lettuce and instead they will start eating you. So you should say snail raid. Because you don't want to get eaten by snails, do you? I bet some weirdos are into that, actually, honestly. I'd kind of be into that. Anyway, yeah. Oh, it's you, Snail. Goodbye, everyone.